today we're getting into the Halloween spirit. So what are we drawing today?
Sally.
Sally. Yes, we're going to draw Sally from the movie Nightmare Before Christmas. So are you ready to get started?
Yes.
All right. We're going to get started in the middle, starting towards the top of the page. And we're going to draw a big mountain coming from this side of our finger and up and over. Now keep your finger there, and we're going to draw a mountain from the other side of our finger, and that one's going to come up and over as well. You want them to be about the same size. Great. Now, starting over here, just past the line, we're going to make a curved line that just comes down underneath and over past the other side. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, start just inside of this mountain, take it across all the way, curving it over, and go just past the other side of the mountain. Good. Now right here, starting towards this side of the mountain, we're going to draw a nice big circle.
How's that look?
Good. Now inside that circle, right on this side over here, a little bit up, we're going to draw a small circle that's attached to the side. As you can tell, these are going to be the eyes. So let's head over to the other side, and we're going to draw another big circle. And then we're going to attach a little circle on the inside.
How's this?
Wonderful. Now we're going to go ahead and color in our big circle, and we're going to leave our little circle white. Take your time, make sure you stay in the lines as best as you can.
Okay.
And just go ahead and fill that in with your Sharpie. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, everyone's drawings are different. Oh, you're doing a really good job, Milana. And I'm going to come on over here and do the same thing on the other eye. Just going to slowly color it in with my black Sharpie, making sure that I keep that small circle white and that the rest of it gets filled in black. Good. Now, Milana, it looks like one of your eyes is a little bit smaller, and that's okay, but the great thing about black is that you can go ahead and make it bigger right now, and we won't even be able to tell. So go ahead and just add on to that. Yeah, that looks really good. Just like that, making it a little bigger so it matches. All right, so right here under the eyes, in the center of the paper, right there, perfect. We're going to go ahead and start at center. We're going to draw a line that goes up, and then it comes down a little bit extra long. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Start from our center line right here, go up, and then bring it down extra long to match the other side. Now let's just use a curved line to attach those two lines. Great. And we can actually draw a line right through the middle from one side to the other. Now let's go ahead and continue that line on. So our line that went through center, we're going to just go right off of that line and keep it going. We're going to bring it over and curve it up right over towards the edge of the eye. And the same thing on the other side. We're going to follow our line and bring it out and curve it back up to the edge of the eye. Yeah, that looks wonderful. Now we're going to add some stitches for Sally. We're going to go ahead and use our finger to make sure we space them out so they're not too close together. There should be about, I'd say about 3 on each side. So we're going to come over here 1, and then we're going to leave a space and do 2 and 3 right out by the edge. Not quite on the end. Yep, just like that. And then on the other side, 1, using my finger to space it out, 2, 3. All right, now we're going to come over here and we're going to start outside of the eyes, just about even with the mouth. And we're going to draw a big mountain that just comes up and over both eyes and comes down on the other side. Nice. Then from over here, starting on this side of our mountain, we're just going to draw a curved line coming underneath her mouth and all the way to the other side.
Got it.
Great, that looks wonderful. Now I'm going to use her lips to kind of figure out where to put her neck. So on the outside of the lips on this side, we're just going to draw a curved line that comes down and out just a little bit. Same thing on the other side of her mouth. I'm going to use that as my line, and I'm going to draw a line down, curving out the other way. Great. Now I'm going to use diagonals, and I'm going to start on this side and draw a diagonal down, right to the center, and then from the other side, I'm going to draw a diagonal back, and they're going to meet up right in the middle. All right, now over here, we're just going to draw a short little line that comes straight sideways. And we'll do that to both sides, so one over on this side as well. Good. Now let's come back over here, and we're going to draw a line that comes out, and it's going to have a little bit of a diagonal to it. So it's not quite straight down. We're just going to come down and bring it out a little bit. Well, yours comes out quite a bit, but I think that's going to turn out pretty cute. And we do the same thing on both sides. We start from our sideways line, and we just bring our big long line coming down and just out a tiny bit. Great. Now starting up here, right up here, we're going to draw a diagonal coming out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Draw a diagonal coming down. Now from this diagonal, we're going to make a zigzag. So we're going to draw a diagonal up, a diagonal down, and another diagonal back up. Same thing on the other side. We're just doing diagonals up and down and up, and that connects it. That's going to make her sleeves. That's great. Starting out here, not quite on the edge of this diagonal, you want to come in a little bit, and we're just going to draw a line that comes long down and then connects right to her dress. Nice curved line. Same thing on the other side, a nice long curved line that starts just inside the edge of this diagonal and comes down. Great. We're going to do those zigzags again down here on the bottom of her skirt. We're just going to do a bunch of diagonals going up and down, diagonal up, diagonal down, and you just want to keep doing that the whole way across. They don't have to be the same length. I've got some that are longer and shorter, and that just gives it some variety, and that's totally okay.
I like that.
Perfect. Now right in the center, we're going to draw a nice long line coming from her dress, and we're just going to draw a long line down towards the bottom of the paper, but not quite. Good. And then at the bottom, we're just going to draw a line that comes straight across. Now I'm going to come up just a little bit from my line. I'm going to come up just a tiny bit, and I'm going to draw another line that comes across. All right, Milana, now yours is a little shorter, so let's make it a little longer. You already crossed over, but we'll use that as the top line. So we're going to make your line a little bit longer underneath, and then we'll draw your bottom line.
I can do that.
Okay, I think that'll work out real good. Perfect. All right, from that bottom line, we're just going to draw a curved line that comes up to the next line. And same thing on the other side. We'll draw a curved line coming from the bottom line to the top line. Now from that top line, we're going to start on the outside, and we're just going to draw a little U that curves in to the center, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. We're going to add a little U. Great. Those are her shoes, and now we want to add some socks. So we're going to come to the outside of this shoe right here. We're going to draw a tiny line coming up, and then we're going to curve it and connect it across. Same thing, we're going to come up just a tiny bit with a line, and then we're going to come straight across to meet center. Same thing on the other side, starting with our little line and connect to center, and then another little line up and connect to center. Wonderful. Now we're going to draw the legs. So we're going to have this big diagonal that just connects the dress to the socks. Same thing on the other side. Nice long diagonal connecting the skirt to the socks, and that'll create her legs. Now Sally has some stitches, so I'm going to put a diagonal right here across her leg. And add stitches. Good. Then I'm going to draw a small diagonal below it. And add stitches. I'm going to add another diagonal on the other leg. Let's add some stitches. And then one more. Mine's going to go almost straight across right here. Add a couple stitches to this line. Now she also has some stitches on her arms. So I'm going to come up to this arm and I'm going to draw a little line across and add stitches. I'm going to add a little line diagonal and put a couple stitches. Yep, just like that. You're doing great. Over on the other arm, I'm going to draw a little bit longer diagonal because this arm seems to have a little more room. Add a couple stitches. And then down here, I'll add another line with a couple stitches. Perfect. You're looking really good over there. Let's draw one on the neck as well. So I'm going to draw a curved line that just comes in and add a couple stitches to that. And then right in the center of her neck, right at this point of her dress, we're going to draw a straight line and just add a couple stitches on that. Yes, looking amazing. All right, let's come up to her head and we're just going to draw a line. We're going to come from the eye and we're going to give a curve right up here. And we're going to, of course, add a couple stitches. These ones can be a little more spread out. And then that same line, we're going to have it continue on the other side of the eye. So it looks like it just comes right across the eye. And then we continue it out the bottom and add a couple stitches. That looks really good. I really like that. All right, now we're going to come down here by the bottom of her dress and just come up a tiny bit from the bottom. And we're going to add some more zigzags. We've gotten really good at these zigzags. So we're going to take our zigzags, just a bunch of diagonals up and down, all the way out almost to the edge of the paper. Then we'll go to the other side and draw a couple more zigzags. These ones aren't going to come out quite as far. Just draw a few zigzags. Good. Now from out here at the bottom of the zigzags, our last zigzag should go down because from that zigzag we're going to draw a diagonal up and it's going to come all the way around and curve down, making a point right in the middle of the head. Almost touching, but not quite. Then from there, we're going to curve up like a mountain and bring this side all the way around and down. And I'm going to stop right here next to the head. Yes, we're doing good. Now we just curve it in and back out to match up with the bottom of these zigzags. Great. All right, now let's use this line right here on her head. So we have this line coming around and we're just going to keep it going, and off of that line we're just going to continue it down and add a little curve to it. Same thing on the other side. We're going to just continue this line right from the top of the head and just curve it down so it looks like it keeps going as well. And that's going to add a nice look to her hair.
Looks pretty good.
All right. Now Sally has some patchwork on her dress, so let's get started on her dress, giving it some detail. So right here, we're going to start just below her sleeve and we're just going to draw a little curved diagonal. Now let's go down just a little bit, leaving some space, and draw a nice long diagonal that curves over to this side. Yes, that looks good. Now let's go down just a little bit, leaving some more space. We're just going to draw a little curve from here down to the bottom. All right, now let's head over to the other side. I'm going to start a little ways up from the bottom and just draw a diagonal that comes in and touches this line. Then I'm going to just leave a little space and come up higher and draw another diagonal. Perfect, you're doing great. And now from the center, right here up by the neck, I'm going to draw a line that comes down and connects right down here. Wonderful. Now let's go in and add a few stitches just to stitch her dress up together. So just like before, just little lines, making stitches, and just as many as you'd like. I'm going to spread mine out a little bit. You're doing yours a lot closer together, but that looks great. See, ours are so different, but they both look so cool. And then up here by the sleeves, make sure you don't forget those lines, because those have to be stitched together too. Wonderful! That looks really good. All right, inside the patchwork, there's a few different patterns. So let's go ahead and add some designs. So I'm going to add some polka dots over here in this one. And you can do the same, or you can add your own designs. So I'm just putting a bunch of polka dots. Then down here, I'm going to do polka dots as well. We don't want two next to each other to have polka dots, so that's why we left a little space between them. And over here, let's go ahead and give this one, let's add some stripes across it, and then we'll make it a plaid pattern. We'll draw up and down lines to make more of a plaid pattern with squares. That's fun. That looks great.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a waffle. All right, well, I think Sally is ready. She turned out really good. You did a great job, Milana. So there is one thing left. What is Sally missing?
Do we get to color now?
Yes, we need to color her in. So let's go ahead and grab our markers, and we're going to speed this part up, and let's get to coloring. Ready to see our final pictures?
Yes.
Milana, can you count down for me?
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
What? That turned out so good.
Thanks. I really like yours.
Thank you so much. She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What kind of doll is she?
A rag doll.
A rag doll, because she's all stitched together, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that looks really cool. Do you think this is the perfect drawing for Halloween?
Yes.
Me too. This is great for Halloween. Well, I think you did a great job, and I had a blast. Did you have fun?
Yes.
That's all that matters. All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon for another How to Draw. Bye.